Good morning to everybody. Thank you ever so much for joining us on today's webinar, which is the topic is how to design, quote and manufacture a new cable in less than 30 minutes. So I'll just go over a few housekeeping rules before we start. At the end of this broadcast, there will be a Q&A session. As I've just mentioned, there's a chat box option on the right hand side where you can type in your questions. So if you type in your questions and then I'll let Albert and Fred know what you've asked, and then hopefully we'll be able to answer those questions for you. If you have any video or audio issues, just refresh your button, but also just to recommend that Google Chrome is the better platform to use for these webinars. And I shall hand you over to Fred. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Good morning to everyone. Brief introduction from us. My name is Frederik Becker. I'm the Regional Sales Manager at Cimteq. I will be presenting a little bit today, but the main show will be hosted by Albert Groothedde. I hope that was close enough. Good morning, Albert. Thank you for joining us. Albert works and owns the company InnoVites. He's been in the cable industry since 1998 in various positions, coming from IBAN, and now at InnoVites he is in charge of cable ERP, or he's actively developing and promoting cable ERP. He will have a few slides later on where he presents himself and what he does, and we have some very exciting things that we want to demo to you today. We want to show you how to design, quote, and manufacture a new cable in less than 30 minutes. I know that's maybe a little bit cheeky to say, how to manufacture a cable in less than 30 minutes, but you will see it is not out of the possible. Today is all going to be about the cable suite. This is the package consisting of cable builder, cable ERP, and cable MES, a comprehensive wire and cable package that allows you to achieve what we have in mind today. Cable builder comes from Cimteq, cable ERP comes from InnoVites, and cable MES is also a Cimteq product. So I'll give you a brief introduction to what cable builder and cable MES is. It's not going to be a full product presentation. None of our presentations here are intended to show you the full depth of each solution. Today is all going to be about the data flow and the process of using these tools. And of course, Albert is going to introduce himself and what he does. And then we go into the live demo, which should take less than 30 minutes. And after that, we have time for a Q&A session. So let's move straight into it. If you don't know Cimteq, also we've been around since 1998. Our team of 30 people focuses entirely on the wire and cable industry. We do software and consulting, implementation consulting for the industry. Our main products are cable builder for cable design and cable MES for cable manufacturing. And both packages are tailored around increasing cable manufacturers' productivity and efficiency. We are, as far as I know, established in over 250 plants worldwide, a number that's continuously increasing. I think today we also have a lot of new customers attending. Very welcome to the family. We look forward to working with you guys. So here are a few of our reference customers. You may recognize one or the other name. As I said, a list that's continuously growing, and that's certainly not all of them. Also, very, very warm welcome to our existing customers here that are attending. Okay, so if you don't know what Cable Builder is, a brief overview would be to say, okay, Cable Builder is a tool that helps you to create the physical design, enter the physical design of any cable, capture that in a software. Once you have captured that, Cable Builder allows you to automatically create things like the BOM, the item, and the routing, and it can exchange all relevant information with the ERP, and that's what we're going to show today. Also, it helps you to accurately calculate material and manufacturing costs. Even length-based manufacturing costs can be calculated with or simulated with Cable Builder. And you can easily develop automations based on cable types and standards, and a whole lot of other things that help you accelerate your design process and get rid of repetitive tasks. And also, you create things like data sheets and drawings automatically from the design without manual intervention. We don't want any design engineers to be drawing circles in Excel sheets anymore. So Cable Builder is a bigger package. It's not only about the design. You can also generate quotations from it, because if you have the costing, the calculations in the design module, it's a very easy step to convert it into a quotation for the sales reps. We've got design visits. We can generate work instructions automatically. Item BOM route has been mentioned. Data sheets has been mentioned. And you can do things like automatically creating a catalog for a product family. So that's more than just a data sheet straight off the database. Now, the other product we're going to talk about today is Cable MES. Cable MES drives the cable production on the shop floor level and provides information that helps the manufacturing decision makers understand how current conditions on the plant floor can be optimized to improve production output. So Cable MES really drives what's happening in the factory, and it is a valuable, very valuable data source for decision makers to strategically plan the capacities, to see where there's need for optimization, etc. There's really 4 key areas about MES. One is, of course, the order execution. You get the order and from the ERP system, and then you need to split it up to all the machines and operators, and together with the recipes that or manufacturing instructions that you need to distribute. That's one part of it. That's the workflow part of it. Then you're really capturing production performance / OEE for your machinery. And product quality is an important aspect where you capture quality plan and distribute them. You capture non-conformance, etc. And material management, of course, you release material to the workstation, you bring it back to the warehouse, you calculate the consumption, you monitor your consumptions, so that you have a more granular view of the materials being consumed. Now, before I hand over to Albert, I want to give you a quick overview of how things all connect and what our philosophy behind it is. So, Cable Suite, some people may call it the first step on your path to the smart cable factory. And when we talk about digitalization, Industry 4.0, smart factory, we think that there is a rule that you always should observe, because it's a process, it's a long process to go to that smart factory, and the question is, where do you start? And in our philosophy, we say you need to start where data is being created. There's no point in developing a quotation tool if you don't have design data in a digital format. And we really think that there is 4 spaces where you, 3 spaces in the factory, most important spaces where data is being created and where you need to start capturing data. One is the product space. Your designers create new products, they create new parameters about the designs. Then it's the business space where you collect orders from the customer, where you manage people, where you manage materials, etc. And then the manufacturing space where your machinery generates data, where your people generate data in the manufacturing process. In the product space, That's what we're going to show today is Cable Builder. In the business space, you've got Cable ERP. Sorry, this should have been Cable ERP. Albert, I apologize. Cable ERP. And in the factory space, it's a bit more complex. You've got your machine data, you've got your PLCs, if you have them, and maybe even a industrial Internet of Things platform that connects all your machinery to collect data. And what this is about once you have this data in a accessible database type format in a structured way, that's when you can then start integrating those spaces. And this is what today is about. So we'll be integrating Cable Builder with Cable ERP. We're sending item master, BOM, routing, etc. The ERP can then send production orders and issue material to the factory space. The factory can then pull product information, manufacturing instruction from Cable Builder, and the factory reports back progress, work in progress, finished goods, quality, etc. And then there is a lot of, I'm not going to go through all of this, then there's a lot of interactions, and Cable MES really sits at the heart of this, distributing the data, connecting the three spaces, really connecting the factory, connecting the business, and connecting the product space in your factory. And of course, digitalization doesn't stop here. You can do a lot of smart things within the factory space. If you, for example, have a historian tool, you can do a lot of AI learning to control your machines, etc. But that's not our focus today. Also, advanced planning and scheduling. Albert is going to mention that briefly. And if you have these tools, you can connect them and share the information. Same with smart maintenance that can feed back into planning. And even you can use AI-based trend analytics if you're that far and if you have the amount of data that can support it. So this is a fairly complex slide, but I think it's a good start to understand where the route is going. And I'm going to hand over to Albert now to talk about Cable ERP so that we can get started in the demo very quickly.
Thanks very much, Fred. Yeah, let me first give you a brief introduction of InnoVites and Cable ERP. So InnoVites makes software solutions for wire and cable manufacturers and distributors. Maybe you can move to the next slide, Fred.
Sorry.
Just like Cimteq, we exclusively focus on your industry, the wire and cable industry. We have customers worldwide and serve these customers from our offices here in the Netherlands and in India. And as Fred already mentioned, the solution that we offer to the cable industry is Cable ERP. It's built on the Microsoft Dynamics D365 platform, cloud-based, easy to use, can be used from any device. And with Cable ERP, it's tailor-made for your industry, the wire and cable industry. And of course, it's fully integrated with the Cable Builder and Cable MES software. And the objective of today is to demonstrate it and show you how that helps in smoothening the processes and speeding up the business processes in your company. Some of our customers, also, I would like to welcome some of our customers who are joining, I've seen. And of course, new customers are welcome to the team of InnoVites as well. Just one slide on Microsoft Dynamics 365. That's the, let's say, the foundation of Cable ERP. It's a complete ERP package that comes with all the features, functionalities that you expect from an ERP system, not only in finance, but also manufacturing and supply chain. It's built on the Microsoft technology stack, so it's fully integrated with Office, etc. if you can click, Fred. So
Oh, sorry.
Microsoft is being recognized as the leader in the ERP space. So we are happy to build the cable ERP application on top of this popular and powerful ERP solution. Then 2 slides in which I try to summarize what are the, let's say, the key industry features that we offer in cable ERP. Of course, there are many, many more, but today we don't have much time, and I invite you to contact us later for a more in-depth demo. The core feature that we offer in cable ERP is what we call length management. So, as you probably recognize in the cable industry, 200 plus 100 doesn't equal 300. You need to have you need to deliver a reel of 300 meters and not one reel of 200 and 100 if the customer needs the 300 meters. And that has an impact not only in sales but also in purchasing, production, and planning. So that's why we have even modified the planning engine of Microsoft and made it length aware. And also, I would like to talk much more about that, but we will do that in a later demo. Just request for a demo, and we will share you the details. Also, what we see at our customers is they have a lot of product designs in the system. So we offer intelligent product search with cable specifications, cable attributes. We will see a little bit of that in the demo. Drum management. So the system deals with the spools, the reels, also if they are recycled. Can go to the next slide. Another feature that we see more and more actually at our customers is that their customers come with more detailed requirements. So we have what we call line and length attributes. So you can associate detailed information about your customer requirement in a very structured way. Cable cutting, of course, is part of the features that we offer. A very important module is the precious material management module that we use to deal with the risk of the volatile copper, aluminium, lead prices. There's a length reservation module to minimize scrap, and of course, today's main topic is the integration to Cable Builder and Cable MES. That's the brief overview from 30,000 feet. So let's go into the live demo. On the next slide, Fred, I have
Oh, sorry.
the demo flow to give a kind of a picture.
Sorry, I was too quick.
Yeah.
I was too quick.
No problem.
Okay.
One more slide. Yes. So this is the journey of today. So we'll start with a new cable design in Cable Builder, and then have a customer quote for this new design. Also an existing design. Create a sales order out of it. Check if there's stock. If not, we will run the planning engine to create planned orders for us. Then these orders will be executed in the MES system, and then I will execute the layup of the cable in the MES. So that's objective of today. And of course, there is a time constraint. This has to happen within 30 minutes. So there will be some pace in the flow. And again, if you want to know more, then we will be happy to schedule another in-depth webinar with you specifically.
Nope. Okay. Now we're moving to Albert's screen.
Yeah, let me share my screen. You can see my screen?
Yes.
Good. First of all, let's set the timer. We agreed on 30 minutes, right?
That's
You want to make it 15?
There we go. Countdown has started. First, I start in the cable builder application, so the cable design application. As said, we have a time constraint, so I will not go into the details of the application too much. This is just part of the screen where I can search for existing designs in the system. And it finds me these two designs. Let me check one of these. Here you see the sheathed cable. And it's always useful to see a drawing so you get a picture of it. So it's a 3-core cable with some armor, with bedding armor in the jacket. And my customer is happy with the design, but he actually wants to have a 4-core cable of this family, which I don't have a system yet. So what I do, I will just copy this design, make it a 4-core cable. However, this is a multi-level design structure, as you can see. So I will now go to the laid up cable by clicking this link. And for your convenience, I will generate a drawing here as well. So we see these are the 3 cores laid up. And I will copy this design as well to create a 4-core laid up cable. And what I'll do in the layup process, I will simply add a bump line for my for the blue core. And here in the bottom we see the system has added this bump line. I go back to the main overview of this design. You see this exclamation point means something has changed, so the system will now recalculate the construction, and I will generate a drawing. And here we have the 4-core cable now, but we want to have the full cable, jacketed cable. So I will navigate to my 4-core cable that I just copied, go into the bedding process, and I replace the 3-core with the 4-core cable. Let's save a view design. And of course, I have to process the change as well. And the system will recalculate the cost, the weights, the quantities, the dimensions. And if I generate a drawing, you see here the laid up cable with the bedding, the armoring, and the jacket. So the next step, of course, would be to send this to the ERP system.
May I just interrupt?
Yeah.
Just want to add here that what you see here, cable builder recalculated all the weights, the materials, the costs automatically. It didn't require any manual interference based on these changes. Also, the number of wires in the armoring can be recalculated based on the new diameter.
Correct. And again, we will be happy to give you more details in a specific demo, but you can see here that the system has automatically updated through the calculations, the costs, and the same is true for the complete construction.
Even at the top, at the header, if you go back, view design header, just want to highlight that even the description has updated to a 4-core cable.
Yep. Thanks, Fred.
For some people that are listening today.
Okay, yeah. Also, reports are automatically generated. We'll see example later down in the process. But we are in a hurry, so we already spent 5 minutes. And the next thing would be to send all this information now to the ERP system. So the design process has been finished, and now we are sending all the information, the product data, the bill of material, the routes, the drawings, all kind of details are being sent to the ERP system. So I'll switch to the ERP system. I think the majority of you have never seen this user interface, so briefly an introduction. So you see here all the modules that Microsoft Dynamics offers. At the side you see them all, so it's a full-fledged ERP system. For today, for time reason, I will not navigate through all of them, so I have my favorites here. So I will mainly navigate through my favorite screens. So let's first go to the released orders and sorry, release product. And here we see the 4 core sheets. So let's double check you recognize the code. And if I go to the attachments, you see the drawing has come. The complete bill of material has come, as you can see here, with multi-level construction down to the copper rod. So copper rod wire drawing or rod breakdown wire drawing, laying and jacketing. The route information is there with the bedding, armoring, sheeting. Also maybe relevant are the cable attributes that all come from the ERP system, which I mentioned that are used for search. We'll see that in a later stage. And also one more thing I want to show about this integration, also material content has been sent. So material content means the system knows that 1 kilometer of this cable has 208 kilogram of copper in it. So all that information has been sent from the design system, from Cable Builder into ERP. So now the next step is I can create a quotation for my customer. And let's check the time. Okay, 21 minutes left. I'll select my customer and create a quotation. Then I will want to find my 4 core cable. So I select the cable with 4 elements. And here it is, my jacketed cable. At this side, you see all the details. And this customer wants to have, let's say, a 350 meter cable and a 266 meter. And at the side, you see the breakdown appearing. This customer also wants to have a cable that was already existing. So we didn't design that for this customer. It's already in the system. He wants to have one length of, let's say, 750. and one length of 500. So the next thing I want to show you is the very important part of the copper pricing. So automatically the system recognizes the customer and knows what kind of agreement we have with this customer about the copper price. And that's why there's this COMEX agreement associated to it. So the system will be able to automatically adjust the price based on the actual COMEX. So COMEX went up, obviously, from what we agreed with the customer. So now the price of the cable went up from 980 to 1010. So there is a lot of detail to explain to you. But for now, I would like you to know that this feature is available in Cable ERP.
It just works.
It works, exactly. I would like to show you briefly also the length view. So in the length view, we see the details of what this customer wants. So 500, 750. Also the tolerance that is applicable for this customer has come automatically. And the system recognizes which drum type would fit based on the dimensions of the cable and the drum. So that's also automatically populated. Let's check the time, 18 minutes, I have to hurry up a bit. So here we are back in the quote, and what we'll do is we'll send the quote probably through email to the customer to confirm, and then hopefully the customer comes back to us and says, yes, you're so fast, I want to do business with you. So by clicking OK here, the system has automatically converted the quotation into a sales order. So I can jump to the sales orders right away here by this button. And all the information that we just put in the quotation is now copied into the sales order. Here I would like to show you the length reservation. You can see in this part of the screen what the customer wants. Remember 750, 500, and here we see what we have in stock. So for the 500 meters, we can use a 975 and a 498 length. For the 750 meter, of course, only the 975 fits, so I may reserve that length. And the 500 meter, we have a short length of 498, but the system recognizes this is within tolerance that the customer accepts, so I'll reserve this length as well. So we're done for the 3-core cable. The 4-core is a new one, new design, so obviously there is no stock available for this design. So the next step now is to run the master planning process. Who will consider what is in stock, what is the customer needs, what are the maximum lengths we can produce. As I said, we modified the logic in the Microsoft engine, planning engine, specifically for the cable industry. So that's all done, and it has generated for us planned orders. And let me go back to the time, almost 15 minutes done. I think we are going to make it. So here we have the jobs that the system has automatically generated. And I can, as a planner, I can go and check a graphical representation of this planning. As you can see here, armoring is a lengthy process. If I want to go into more detail for this extruder, because I know it's maybe a bottleneck, I can see the load. So it's not busy today because we want to be fast. And as a planner, if the planner is happy, it can select thermal, and then all this information is now being automatically sent to the production floor, so to real production orders. Let me check the production orders. Here we see the jacketed cable. There is also a length view. So we see the same information that came from the sales order. We can go back quickly to the sales order and check the length reservation, and you can see here that the system has automatically made a reservation from this length to the production order 663. And let's go back. 663, that's exactly the one that we have just created. So the next step would be to actually start production. So for that, we'll move into the Cable MES application. So in the ERP system, I release this production order. This is the layer process. I release it to Cable MES, and we will leave ERP for now and go to the MES screen. But check the timer again. We have 13 minutes left. The Cable MES application again. I will not go through the complete explanation of the screens that are available. I will go to the layup process directly and check the jobs that are available. And here we see the 662 production order. And as a production manager, I make this order ready. So now the operator is able to work with this job. So I'm now acting as an operator, going to the layup machine, check the job list, and see that I have to work on this job. First of all, I want to learn more about this because it's a new cable. So the instructions, any reports that have been created automatically in Cable Builder are presented here for the operator for review. So when I'm happy with that, I will now scan the materials that I'm going to use for the layup job. So I will find my my black core and allocate it. I'm clicking it here, but usually we'll scan this. The blue core and the brown core, the gray core, and finally some tape. And I go back to my job list. So everything looks green now. My material is available. The status is ready, and I can start the job. So it means now the job is available for the machine to run. So in my machine overview, as an operator, I see now the two lengths, the 350 I have to produce and the 266. And machine is running quite fast, so we have already completed the 350. So I hit the complete reel. And I am now able to report the progress of this length. So we are at the safe side. So let's say we have 354 completed. And I can do the same thing for this for the next reel, but let me switch and go back quickly to the EAP system because I forgot to show you the sys62. If I refresh the screen, is now started. Back to the MES system. So one length is complete. Then the next one, and I will hit report progress. Here also we are at the safe side, so 269.
So this is really the only trick we played here, that we have a bit faster machinery than you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the rest is a normal workflow.
Yep. So we have completed the two lengths that came from the customer through planning, through ERP, and now I can go to my job list again and report that my overall job is completed. So how much time we have left? 9 minutes. Okay. I'm coming close to the end actually. So let's go to the length view of this production order. And you see here that the system has updated the length information. So we ordered 266. In the MES system, we reported 269 complete and 354. So this is all fully integrated, came back from the MES system. So I think we have now demonstrated that we can design, quote, and produce a cable. I'm sorry, not in 30 minutes, but in 22 minutes. That's what I wanted to show you today.
Well done. Perfect. Same timing as last time.
Predictable, huh? Yeah.
On the spot.
So are we ready for questions?
Yep. I'm ready.
So the first question's just come in. How do you include man-hour used into cable cost?
Albert, do you want to answer it?
Yeah. So the system takes also record of the not only the material, the actual material that's being consumed, but also the hours that's being consumed. Again, in today's demo, we did let's say the fast forward flow, and we did what we call backflush the materials and the hours. But if you want to have a very detailed record of your hours, you can put it in the system as well, and that will be then also transferred back into the EP system for costing.
Yeah. Then there is a question. Yeah, how to design an entirely new model of cable. That's also possible in Cable Builder. I think we should do that in a separate session. But the point here is that you don't want to start from scratch anytime. You typically have a database of many designs, and very often you can copy and modify. That's the whole idea behind it.
Yeah, we've got another question. Is it possible to put the same semi-finished product on the same reel for this operation? Put twisting in brackets. Is it possible to connect the lengths?
Yes, that's a nice question. That's exactly spot on the length issue. So when we implement a solution, we have this kind of discussions with you because the system is configurable. So we basically will ask the question, for which products do you allow, let's say, welding or not, and which products not? So we configure the system accordingly so that the planning engine will deal with that accordingly. Again, I'm very, very happy to have a more detailed discussion about the planning logic, which is quite exciting. But yeah, I think we have to move that to a follow-up meeting.
Oh. Next question, does it also work for fiber optic cables?
Certainly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Also for tubes, for anything.
Especially in the UP system, we have quite a few specific features for the fiber optics, like fiber import. So you get usually you get from your supplier a big file with all the details of the fibers, maybe in Excel or in a text file, and we can automatically upload that in the system, so it gets received in the system, but also with all the details that you want. Also in planning, we have some special feature there where we see at our customers that they create, let's say, trays with the 12 fiber spools, and these trays are then allocated to one or more production orders. So we have a facility for that as well. So we have also fiber grading, but again, I think we have to have a follow-up meeting to go into details there.
Next question. If there is a mismatch between actual and system data, is there any option to add cycle count?
Sure. So I think the best thing to do, if the operator detects this mismatch, then enter it in the system. The system will then recognize whether it's within tolerance for the customer or not, and if not, it's a non-conformance, and we have to make a decision whether to produce new lengths or call the customer, hopefully accepts a shorter length.
Yeah.
But if there is a mismatch, for instance, in PVC, which you maybe not, don't consume the actuals for every order, then at the end of the month or so, you can do a cycle count and update the system with the actual quantity that you physically checked. Yes.
Also, in the integration between Cable Builder and Cable MES, we can also implement a feature where you track your actual consumptions against your calculated consumptions, so that you have the possibility to update your formulas if you see that there is something missing in your calculations. Can make that possible.
Okay. Next question. Is Microsoft Dynamics going to replace eDesk?
Pass. I don't know what's eDesk. So if you let me know what is the person asking that, and I will do some research and
yeah, we'll come back to you on that one. Yeah. Can we change the DIA, etc. diameter for basic semi-finished
parts and material weights accordingly?
Yes, we do that in 30 seconds rather than 30 minutes. So it's literally a simple adjustment in Cable Builder. System will recalculate the new weights, the new costs of for instance, the core, and then you can send it to ERP, and then it's synchronized.
Is it for instrumentation cables? Is a question. Definitely. There's literally no limit to the type of cable. At least we haven't encountered anything. Another question a bit earlier, before I would like to jump back, was can we have the slides? We're recording this webinar and we will make it available on our website, I think. Is that correct, Katie?
Yes, it will be available on the website, the recording, and also we'll send it out after this webinar to everyone that's registered.
Yep.
There's a few more questions in there. Do you want to pick those up, Fred?
For fiber optic cable, ADSS cable, possible to get sag tension chart? I would have to check that. I don't know. Do you know, Albert?
I didn't fully hear the.
Is it possible to get sag tension chart?
No, that we have to talk to the consultant. Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to discuss this. How to overcome?
Separate material.
Sorry. Oh yeah, is separate material
This
master
one
owner
there.
required for this cable ERP system?
Is separate material master
Owner required for this cable ERP system?
Sorry, I don't get the question. Do you understand the question? Or?
No, I'm not sure what's meant by material master owner.
Okay, well, okay,
We'll get in
owner.
touch with you separately.
Maybe I hope I understand the question correct, but in our philosophy, cable builder is the material master owner. So that's
okay.
where the data of the product originates, where it is maintained, where it is mastered. And the EP system is basically the slave. So if you want to make a change in the product, then we go to cable builder, make the change there, and then send it to ERP. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah. How to overcome unhealthy stocks and production scraps?
That has a lot of aspects.
Yeah, be diligent.
Yeah, it's about housekeeping, about being very diligent in keeping track of what's happening on the floor. And then that's a precondition. And then, of course, the system will help you figuring out where are the differences with the calculated material consumption, for instance, and the actuals. And then you can do your analysis, of course, and then update your formulas in Cable Builder so that it comes closer to reality. Or go into the floor and see why it's different. So I think we see, to be honest, at our customers, the challenge is to get the data, make sure everybody is entering the data correctly and timely, and then the system will be very helpful in follow up on this data and continuously improve in that area.
Does it calculate short circuit values of conductors and screens?
That's for Cimteq. I think that's.
Yeah.
No, there's an electric.
Yeah, we've got an electric module. We can do it. Yes. What is the cost of the software? I like the question. Straight to the point. The answer is, as you would expect, it depends on what you need and what your requirements are, but we can talk to you, and for sure it's a worthwhile investment. Can we have cable builder formulas and specifications for cable specifications such as ICE 6052? I mean design templates for single core up to multiple core cables. Cable builder is set up so that you can create those specifications within cable builder. It's not us creating it for you. That has to do with interpretation and liability, but it's exactly to design so that you can bring this into cable builder to help you design cable. That's a key feature of cable builder. And the formulas are customizable in cable builder because we want you to be in control of this. It's not us being in control of you.
Can software provide cable? Yeah, go on.
Cable mechanical parameters of submarine cables. So we would have to look into it. Cable builder has very powerful calculation tools. So whatever you can calculate currently in without simulating, without finite element analysis, then we can most likely bring it into cable builder. These are some special requirements here. But we have some flexibility. Also, some numeric calculations can be brought into cable builder. And there is a question about types of cables, whether it can be used, whether cable builder can be used for many different construction and standard yes, it's flexible. We don't dictate it. It's a tool for you to bring in your standards and specifications that you work against, whether this is your factory standards, whether this is an external specification. You can bring those in and start building your cables based on your specifications. So can we calculate the Cat 6?
The last question I can see there, can you see that?
Cat 6 cable transmission parameter, whether possible to show design formulas in output if we want. Yes, it depends on how you currently calculate it, but we can do a lot of that. I personally have not worked with Cat 6. Albert, have you?
No.
Yeah, but yeah, it's whatever can be calculated in Cable Builder. I'm not an electrical engineer, that's why I'm a bit weak in my answers here. But the important thing is here we've got a powerful calculation tool that you can set up your formulas, and whatever you have set up in your Excel spreadsheets, etc., can be brought into Cable Builder.
We've had some really good questions there, but as Fred just mentioned, following on from this webinar, I'll be sending an email with a link to the recording. And also, if you would like to have a demonstration, a one-to-one demonstration, or you've just got any more questions, just to reply to me on that email and I'll pass it on for you.
Good.
Thanks, everyone, for joining today.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your attendance. Okay. I don't think there are any more questions.
Thanks. No, can't see any more questions, so we'll close it for today, but look forward to talking to you after this. And thanks very much, everybody, and thanks, Fred, and thanks, Albert.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.